Understanding the relationship between steps and properties is fundamental for getting to grips with Cadassio. From the Steps toolbar, you can create, update and modify properties of individual or multiple steps, and it's this functionality that makes Cadassio such a powerful tool. In any single step, properties can be captured for a variety of items. These properties include visual aspects like colour, visibility and render style, as well as other options such as position. Creating a new step is extremely straightforward. Simply make your modifications, such as moving an object or adding a toolbox item, and then click Create Step. You can see that now as we toggle between the two steps, the cover plate and bolts move and animate automatically. It's common to need to update steps too. This could be because you would like a different camera angle, you'd like to modify a part's position, or you'd like to add a toolbox item. When updating a step, you can modify all of the same things as you did when initially creating the step. Once you're happy, click Update, and this saves over any previously captured properties and adds newly captured properties too. You'll have noticed that when hovering over the Update button, another button appears. This is called Update and Propagate. Update and Propagate is a very useful feature that allows you to affect multiple steps at once. Before we jump into that though, it's worth explaining exactly how properties are stored in Cadassio. An important concept to realise is that the step only contains properties that you have changed. It doesn't know every property for every item. If it did, each step would have thousands of properties stored, making it difficult to work with and affecting performance. Cadassio works out how things should appear by accumulating the changes you have saved in each step. Let's look at this in more detail in this project, which has 5 steps. When I created the project, I set the colour of one of the parts to blue in the first step, and then continued working through the project, adding the additional 4 steps. At no point did I change the colour of the part to anything other than blue. Therefore, the part displays as blue in all steps due to that property set in step 1. Let's say that I now want to change the part colour in step 3 to orange. By updating a single step, we don't want to affect any others. So in step 3, the part should be orange, but in the others it should still remain blue. To do this, I can activate step 3, choose the part and change its colour. If I now update this step, 2 new properties will be added. One in step 3, defining the part as orange, but also another in step 4, to ensure the part is put back to blue for the future steps. But how about if we'd wanted to change the colour to orange in step 3 and keep it orange for any subsequent steps? Well, rather than using the update button, we would have instead used the update and propagate button. Update and propagate adds a property to step 3, defining the part as orange, but then it does not affect the next step. This means the property is then inherited moving forward through the steps, keeping the part orange. The extra thing to consider is if another property has already been set further on in the project. Take a look at step 5. The part in this step is set to purple. If we now change our part to be orange in step 3 and use update and propagate, step 3 will be orange, step 4 will inherit the orange colour from step 3, but then step 5 will still be purple. Update and propagate does not remove previously set properties. It stops the propagation once reaching a step where a different value is set. It's also possible to update multiple steps within a project with either object or camera properties. Let's start by looking at some object properties. In step 2, I'm going to change the position of the part. I'd then like it to be the same in steps 3 and 4, but remain as it currently is in step 5. Once the position of the part is changed in step 2, we'll update this step. And then from the Steps Manager, tick the other steps we'd like to update and click Update with selected objects. This will take the properties of the part as you see them now and make sure they are the same in the steps chosen. Whilst working on a project, it's common to need to modify the camera view to help with positioning objects and adding toolbox items. Because of this, the camera can often end up in different positions across multiple steps, whereas it may be more desirable to be static. Update with current camera view allows you to take the camera view from the active step and apply it to any selected steps within the Steps Manager, which will help ensure a consistent look among your project. Perfect! Hopefully this tip video has shown you how to update steps for a variety of different scenarios using a selection of different methods. Don't forget to subscribe to Cadassio on your favourite social media platform for more tech tips and news.